bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here, I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together, it's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be.
Hello again everyone, and welcome back to a new adventure. Today I'm with Chris's British Adventures, and we're actually with my school class. We're doing a geography trip at Reculver, which is basically a Roman settlement with a medieval church on top of a Roman fort. We'll check that out in a little while, but today we are out on the beach surveying the area for coastal erosion with the school. So this is going to be fun. I hope you enjoy the video.
Hello Adam.
Straight away, I was just measuring the rocks, and look what I've just come across.
You measuring the rocks?
Oh, yeah, you know what I mean.
Lovely.
Put it up to the secret. It's lovely.
So this is the Reculver Towers, which was built in the 12th century, which was a church. Much of the site has been lost to coastal erosion, unfortunately, but alongside the twin towers are the ruined remains of an early Roman fort, managed by Canterbury City Council. King Ebert II of Kent was buried in the church at Reculver in year 760. His tomb is on the south of the church, where it sadly has been eroded. So it is thought in 200 AD, a Roman boat unfortunately sank, and it was carrying loads of Roman pottery. People in France, archaeologists, found the remains of millions of fragments of Roman pots. The fort was square, with a gatehouse in the centre of each side, and enclosed as an area of 3 HA. The wall reached 7.5 metres high, with a really long walk. Outside the wall were 2 steep sides, ditches of delta attacks. Fragments of the east gate remain, with ruins of a small guarded chamber. During the war, in May 1943, Reculver bouncing bomb tests were taking place here, outside the towers. I'll leave some footage now from 1943 itself of the dam busters dropping these bouncing bombs.
You'll be pleased to learn that the Air Ministry's backroom boys have been developing a new type of bomb that they hope will set Mr. Hitler and his brigade right back on their heels. We're here at an airfield near the coast to see the latest test of this revolutionary weapon. If you look carefully, you will see the experimental device suspended beneath the bomb bay of the Lancaster. The new weapon is the brainchild of Mr. Barnes Wallis, the designer of the Wellington bomber. Mr. Wallis believes that the war can be shortened dramatically by destroying certain important strategic sites. The new bomb is designed to reach targets that other weapons cannot reach. The aircraft flies at low level over the sea before releasing the rotating cylinder which carries the high explosives. The rotation of the bomb allows it to skim across the surface of the water. Mr. Wallace anticipates that the bouncing action will enable his bomb to penetrate German defences. We look forward to seeing the application of this new weapon and wish Mr. Wallace all the very best for his bouncing bomb.
Immortalised on celluloid, the Dambuster missions were spawned by months of research by Dr. Barnes Wallace and his fellow scientists.
They've done it.
Many of those closest to Barnes Wallace had no idea of what they were building, nor of its eventual purpose.
I knew it was probably going to be used against water, and my mates and I took a few guesses. But the first we really knew was the day after the dams raid, when it appeared in the newspaper.
Using Reculver's ancient twin towers as an aiming point, dozens of test flights perfected the bouncing bombs. The prototypes left to rust away in the sand and mud. Tonight, the few remaining began to reappear. The engineers have less than an hour during these spring tides to loosen them and haul them onto firmer ground.
It's a sense of urgency. I mean, the guys, when they get out tomorrow morning, they'll be racing out here. They'll be straight in. There won't be any time for any messing around.
Some devices may still contain explosives. Those already recovered will be made safe as the salvage moves on. The most challenging stage of this operation is yet to come. The weapon, nicknamed Upkeep, behind me, weighs some 4 tons. 15 men will be racing the tide at dawn tomorrow to recover it. Robert Hall, News at 10 at Reculver Beach in Kent.
Now, why is the threat of erosion taking place here in Reculver? Well, basically there are constructive and destructive waves here on this beach. Mainly it's constructive, but sometimes during the high stormy weather there are destructive waves. The land here is built up of sandstone, which is very weak stone. This is why the banks usually collapse here. Land is slowly getting washed away, and I will now leave some photos up on the screen of Reculver towers before coastal erosion actually took place. So the image you're seeing now is the Reculver towers in year 1800s. In the 221 years it's been here, ever since this photo was taken, you can see how far the waterline was. This is due to the dramatic coastal erosion. This is the Reculver towers now. The water is slowly eroding it away. The Kentish Flats wind farm is 10 miles out of sea and it's owned by a European energy company, Victorian. It can be seen from Herne Bay seafront. These windmills provide energy power to hundreds of homes in Kent, including Faversham, Canterbury, Whitstable, Margate. Just out in the distance to sea is the Thames estuary, and you can see the Marsal forts, which are armed towers built in the Thames during the Second World War to help defend the United Kingdom. It was built during 1942 and stopped serving in 1943. To prevent erosion, they have put wooden groins which control beach material and break down waves to stop longshore drift, and they also trap material such as sand and silt and rocks. This stops erosion by building up the beach again with constructive waves. Another process to stop erosion is the seawall itself. This separates land and water. It's a hard engineering process and costs a lot of money. It is made to resist the full power of the waves and storm surges. There are many more processes to stop erosion here in Reculver, but that was just a few of them. Is a photo of the screen now, a photo of the cliffs of the north of Kent. They just crumble away like chalk. Now, will this building ever get destroyed by the ocean? Maybe one day. I hope not though. So that's the end of this video for today, everyone. It was a fantastic day, wasn't it, Chris?
Yeah, lovely day.
So what was your best part of this trip?
Oh, definitely going up to those towers.
Yeah, I agree.
Going up to those towers was just an amazing sight to behold.
It was. We got some lovely photos too. I'm sure Chris will show you his in his video.
Yeah.
I'll add mine now. I quite like them. I'm going to edit them in black and white, so I'll add them too. So until next time, goodbye and happy hunting, and make sure you check Chris's video, which is on
Chris's British Adventures.
We'll see you again very soon.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be